The year, 1792. The place, England. The American Revolution is over. England has lost its colonies. Now France is being torn apart by a revolution. Life seems to go on as usual, but underneath is a current of fear, a fear of revolution. Among the guests are Edmund Burke, politician, orator, writer. Burke supported the American Revolution, but is now strongly opposed to the French Revolution. He has expressed his concern in Reflections on the Revolution in France. Thomas Paine. Paine was born in England, journeyed to America where he took part in the Revolution, and has now returned to England. In response to Burke, he has written a passionate defense of the French Revolution called The Rights of Man.
We see common people dying in senseless wars and starving in the midst of plenty. What are we to do? Bow our heads in submission? Petition our betters for change? Rise up and smite our oppressors? We want Thomas Paine, the great proponent of revolution, and Edmund Burke, who has become the great opponent of same, to debate. The subject will, of course, be revolution. And upon the outcome of their debate, your lives and our fate will depend. Here is man. Men make revolutions. So first we must determine man's nature. Paine. Burke.
Belief in the goodness and perfectibility of man is in the very air we breathe. It is a philosophy that has been persuasively spread by Rousseau and Paine here. But it is a false doctrine. From my observation, man is governed not by reason, but by passion. He is full of ambition, greed, and fear. Being a man, I love men. Yet if I depended on man's benevolence, I would have been destroyed long ago.
With such contradictory views of mankind, how is man to be governed?
As little as possible. In a free society, each man is his own governor.
Liberty must be limited in order to be enjoyed. Society requires that the inclinations of men should frequently be controlled. This can only be done by a power outside themselves, by government strong enough to promise happiness, Paine.
Yes.
Do you propose doing away with inequality? Are man and his institutions to become completely fair and rational because you will them to be? There is no simple solution to man's nature and affairs. Those who promise perfect reforms deceive cruelly.
You deceive cruelly. We're under the guise of the practical politician. You fight for the narrow interests of the privileged class.
I fight for reality with all its limitations, a reality which is infinitely complex, a reality in which politicians must balance, compromise, and barter, a reality in which an imperfect good is still a good. High-sounding, abstract phrases on paper do not automatically give men rights. The real rights of man in government are their advantages grown out of tradition and usage. These rights only reveal themselves over a space of time. The tyranny of the abstract idea is what frightens me.
The rights men